I got it. Sorry, I can't
Hey
hear you.
there. There we go. Let me get this onto another speaker. The last meeting of the year.
I guess it
Sorry?
is.
Ah, there it is.
I guess it is. How you doing there, Hank?
I'm fine. Yep. Busy,
Very
busy.
good. Carly's back from her conferences and she's
Mm.
all settled into Guelph. And do you have any more travel
Yeah.
you have to do?
No, I'm well, in 2 weeks I'm leaving for Christmas holidays.
Oh, in 2 weeks she's out of there.
Yeah.
For like what, a month?
For 3 weeks.
For 3 weeks.
Almost.
Okay. And
Right.
don't tell me you're going to go to some place with sunshine.
No, I'm going to go to Switzerland.
Switzerland.
That's where I have my in-laws.
Oh, so you're skiing.
Gonna try. It's hard to find snow in the middle of December.
Oh,
Oh,
it
it
should
all
be
depends on, yeah,
high
where you're
Yeah,
enough.
go up
going.
high.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would do it. Switzerland for 3 weeks.
Yep.
I feel
Gonna be
for like,
expensive.
well, that too. Christmas in Switzerland. Oh, sounds awesome. So Hank, how's the Spec Up T Wars going?
I think great. I've been working on the VLEI glossary. Carla has found a person in Germany that could take over the governance of that spec, and which is a glossary. So, and then they can start using SpecFT also as a specification engine. I don't know whether they need it, but I would say yes, you need it because they have all their stuff in PDFs on the website, which is of course not really interactive
Yeah, exactly.
and not
And
really
not
integrated. Yeah.
not amenable to all the brilliance of what Spec Up T could do for them. That reminds me of it's just a short, very short side subject, which is as I think about new specs coming, I'm thinking about from the decentralized trust graph working group, where we're probably over time going to have, I'm guessing 5 or 6 specs, modular ones. We're all about, individual modular specs. But now that we have Spec Up T getting so mature and powerful, it feels like we should standardize the trust over IP specification template,
Mhm.
right? Um,
Mhm.
we've 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 more or less come up with one that I see Hank you've been using for glossaries, which I think is great, and there's not really anything I would change about that. But those are glossaries and specifications. There's just sort of standard stuff that we've never really had a standard template to put it in. So some of our specs do it in various ways.
Mhm.
So no, it's not a spec up T job. It's we'd want to use obviously spec up T for the template document.
Yeah,
And
it's a boy. So SpecFT has a boilerplate, and if for any new specification, you could use that boilerplate to adjust it for every new specification from Trust over IP.
yes,
Then you could also style it like the way you want it. Any color, any everything on the front end is changeable. You could it doesn't have to look like the bluish white that we use
sure.
as literally the yeah, you could how you call that, white if you have a product, and then white label. So
White label.
it's literally a white label. You could, and then for the ones that are already there, that's where you need somebody like Cor, because I can't do it anymore. I'm very busy with the Kerry
Yes,
conference, like every
exactly.
day for the last 3 weeks, Saturday, Sunday. You have to catch up.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah,
And
it's
that's
terrible.
coming in April, right?
Yeah, it's in April, yeah. But
Wow, and you're
we
already that busy on it.
the site went live yesterday. We have well, that's a side issue, but uh, we have many speaker slots already, and we'll reach out to speakers with a merge letter pretty soon, and then the sponsors. We already have sponsors. Like the really expensive slots are already given out, and we still have sponsors.
Good.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah.
Hot new conference. This is good.
Yeah, 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 and also not how you call it, cannibalizing on IIW because it's the week before, so it's for Europeans. It's combinable. They could
I see. They can come
choose to
over for
come.
that and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
What's
take a
the name
long
again?
weekend.
Is that
Sorry,
Dice? Is that Dice?
No, this is CarryCon.
Kerry.
Kerry.
Yeah, Kerry Conf.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, and it's
yeah,
specific for Kerry. Okay.
yeah. It's all about this year will also only be about the eye of the infrastructure, the eye of Kerry, the infrastructure. So
Is it?
well,
And it's in Utah, right?
it is in Utah. Yeah, Lehigh.
Yeah, yeah.
At
There
the
you go.
UVU, where exactly at the compound where Kirk was shot, but it's the same organization. So they needed a lot of time to get
I
over that, and
I could
that's
see
the
that.
time that I lost
Oh,
organizing this. Yeah. But anyways, to go back to your question, so the new ones they can have the boilerplate, and that is totally let's say standardized. But then
yeah.
you've got the old ones and you need to migrate them into that template.
Yeah, yeah. We
And
would
you
have
could
to do that. We'd have to find the resources to do it. But I'd like
exactly.
to separate that into two things.
Yeah,
Let's establish the template and I mean, we can start using it for new ones, and then we'll separately say, all right, how will we start to apply
migrate
to
that
old
stuff
ones?
in. Yeah,
If
yeah.
Exactly.
we need to, if we need to.
If
If
we
you
need
need
to,
to.
that's
Exactly. Yeah,
also
yeah,
true. I know
yeah.
we've got one markdown document, the TrustRP technology architecture specification that has just been pending, sitting there for one action item that I need to take care of, and I moved the meeting for a week because I'm tied up the next 2 days. But I
Mm.
want to have that basically resolved by the working group. So then we have that to publish, and it's not in it's in Markdown, and I want to then spec up T
Yeah,
enable the whole thing. But then I want to maybe use that as the initial, trial for the template.
yeah.
So just mentioning that, but it's not a concept terminology working group action item to create the template. That's more of a steering committee action item. So I'm stealing Carly's time to help brainstorm about that. But given we're going to be doing the updated, website, that's also we're going to update
Yeah,
the TrustRP website, Hank.
yeah, might as
Oh, yeah,
well.
And yeah, simplify it, streamline it. And Carly,
yeah.
I'm still, just so you know, I'm not promising it before the holidays, but one of my writing projects over the holidays is a new introduction to TrustRP, update the design principles, update get out the
Yeah,
technology architecture. Those are still
yeah,
foundational docs that we need
yeah,
to,
yeah. I'm
yeah.
wondering about that needs yeah, but streamlining and simplifying the web page is going to be a big one. Like I was just on this other Linux Foundation project and it was blah 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 blah. And I'm like, yeah, but what do you do?
I know.
I can't, there's so and
Mm.
it's more than it it's not I think that anybody's trying to be sneaky. I just think that people don't know their audience and can't explain to them what they're gonna do.
Exactly. And we need to do that. And we just produced a ton of content, including you, Hank. You not only did the presentation on Spec Up T, but then the workshop. So it's like I feel like this this tool is one of the tools we should be using to explain ourselves as clearly as possible to the audiences that need to know
Mm.
this. And of course, you're doing that with
Maybe a funny.
Carrie.
I can share a funny thing too because I used, of course, the whole I'm organizing the first Kerry conference, but I wouldn't do that without organizing every next one as well on the
Of
fly.
course.
So
Ah,
I'll show you this here.
yeah.
This is the Kerry con. So this is the spec that is all about the Kerry conference, and it looks very familiar, doesn't it?
Ah,
It's all about how we you know you well, if you're organizing a conference, you can't, due to privacy rules, you can't say I've been asking this and this person to speak, but you can say we will speak about this topic. So I've organized it this way that if the status of the talk changes, then also you get more personal identifiable information on the website, and that's so next generations of organizers they'll have to stick to this specification, you know.
ah, spec
And
for organizing a
it
conference.
works. It works, of course, fully spec up based. And I already have one Trev as well to a word. Here, P. I got it from you. Thank you.
Ah, good. Good. Excellent.
Yeah. All right.
All
So
right.
what, you were interested in how it went with Carla. Is that right? Or do you want to discuss other stuff?
Well, no, I mean, my only agenda for today was to get an update on what you've just been talking about, where it was, and then just yeah, it would be good to get an update on any issues or questions coming up with using it, and then
Yeah.
maybe I thought we'd briefly discuss what's this is our last meeting of the year. What agenda items do we
Oh
have
yeah.
for
For
sort of
next year.
Q1? Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So what I did with Carla is 45 minutes. She went through a document, a Word document that she maintains, and it's her glossary. And then they export it into PDF, and then they put it on the website, and that's how you should work with it. And I already had in my spare time, I took out all the Markdown, so I copied it into Markdown files, and now it is this pretty extensive glossary already with many treffs in there, as you can see.
Yes.
And it is all integrated with the Kerry Suite glossary, the Trust European main glossary, and also the general IT glossary. So it's fully integrated. But what was funny was that the main topic of that talk was ownership. So we wanted to talk about ownership. And my question to her was, could you please indicate which term you think that is yours? So yours in a sense of everybody will want to refer to their vision on a concept behind the word, let's say OOR or car. These are roles in Glyph and in VLAI, and most of them she is the owner of, as you can see, because the devs are still there. So what I did is in 3 hours in the plane, I worked the whole conversation out into a new version, a local version, of course, because I was in the plane, of that spec, of that glossary,
Right.
and I already had it up and running in the plane. So
Oh,
that's really fantastic because you can then uh, compare the Word document, which has all these or the PDF and the Word. She creates a PDF from a Word document. That's the way. And the only thing she did was she went over a term and then she gave it a different color. So that's why it only took 45 minutes and me 3 hours because I had to implement it, of course.
right.
And that's how we went forward. And the funny thing was that she had a few definitions that she considered herself not the owner of. So she actually gave it away or donated it um, to the. I think they went to two went to Kerry and one went to your main glossary and one to the general IT glossary, I think. Um, and I think that's an interesting phenomenon because uh, people aren't as let's say controllerish as you might think. So she gave more away than I would have expected. She said to most of the Kerry, here you see all the Kerry definitions. She said, no, please refer to the Kerry glossary. So the final thought behind the whole project, or it was not a project, but the whole action, is that it works. Actually, the building consensus through those 45 minutes discussions really works for building consensus over trust over IP. People are willing
Cool.
to link to other people's definitions, and you can, like here, she said, well, add this sentence. So she simply took a marker, a digital marker, and she marked this sentence
Right.
in the document and said, oh, you can refer to the key event receive infrastructure from Kerry, but uh, this sentence I need. Oh, well, that's exactly what we can do. So you have a tref, and then in your file you have also a bit of a markdown text, and that will be printed too.
Right.
Yeah. So what else? I think the reporting from Core is pretty good nowadays. So you get like very well. Sorry, oh, you can't see it anyway. So I won't disturb you with that. But you get very good reports on what is really happening. Why is a certain match not working? Is it a tref? Was it an XREF? An XREF? Was it a typo? And if it's a typo, he comes up with ideas of how
Oh,
to solve it. It's really good.
really?
Yeah,
That's powerful.
yeah. Well, we'll see.
Very nice.
So that was it from my part. Any questions about that, or was it clear enough? No?
No, it's quite clear. It feels like you are now, call it putting Spec of T into, you know, to the test, in with real glossaries and adapting glossaries, and it feels like the next stage is increasing the number of us that are doing that
Yeah,
actively. I remember I pinged you, Hank, on Signal. The next step for the TRQP specification, we're happy with it as it is, but the next step is going to be to fully spec up T, enable it.
yeah.
In other words, to go in and do all of the marking of the tagging of terms. Only some of the terms are tagged right now, and we said we'll separate out the job of finishing that from approving it, because it doesn't change the substance of the spec. It just increases the quality a long ways.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's in the it's what I can give you the link to it.
Hank,
Main.
did you
Yeah.
have any comments after the symposium or anything?
I
Or,
think one or two people said thank you very much, and they asked for more information about where they could find stuff. But I think most people, they were still like myself, working, and then with a left
ah,
ear listening to all the. So, but I think one or two, they really went the next day on with it.
Well,
We'll
yeah.
see. It's
the one fellow started using the web editor right away, and then he navigated off to some other page and he couldn't figure out how to get back to it. But then Core
yeah.
answered his question, and away he goes.
Oh yeah, that was in the chat, wasn't it? No, in the Discord, wasn't it?
Yeah,
The Linux Foundation, yeah.
yep,
Let me see this one here. This is your GitHub repository. This is your main glossary.
right.
And here you see that this topic here, this is the central connection. Um, so this is the ecosystem. That's the next step we have, because you wanted to discuss next year. What I really feel where I'm very uncomfortable is when there is not a match, and I have to go and look for why there is not a match. So I could, for example, most of the times I address the wrong repo. So I know that the term is somewhere, but I don't exactly know where it is. So I say
I
toy
see.
one, but it needs to be toy two. Or I made a simple typo, and then it doesn't work. You get like,
Right.
yeah, so you get errors on your page, so it's not clean. And that's the next step, I think, when this is the ecosystem of a few specifications and free glossaries, and
Yep.
you will see more and more um, specifications coming in, and maybe also the VLEI glossary soon.
Yep. Yep.
And that makes the complexity of finding such an error um, bigger and bigger, or greater and greater. How you say that in English?
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
so we need a tool that does that right away. So and Core is already building it. The web editor does that, so it can show you if you have a certain term and it doesn't match that, then he could come up and say, well, this glossary has the term. Have a look. So it's
Ah.
a sort of a Carific like tool.
Yes. I like that.
Maybe you remember Carific.
I
That's
do.
that is this one here. I think it's here somewhere. Where is Carific? Let me see.
I don't know that one.
Well, anyways, it comes up with a dictionary of terms.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was that pink overlay you get from
Yes.
any
I
page,
remember that.
and then you can click, and then it gets a great. It's unfortunate that there's this taskbar. It's always the same. The taskbar of Zoom is always in front of exactly that what you need.
Yeah.
So
It's
now
true.
is the Carific is harvesting, and it will be a lot of work because it's all your terms and they're all relevant in the space. So hopefully it will do its job, but it's trying to grab all the matches, so creating a dictionary for all the terms. And here we go. So this is not what we are going to get, but we will use the same technique to get that good. So for example, here you see fully expanded. It's not even a link in your glossary. Let me go here. This is a link. So you have authority is a link, but here you see the dictionary of authority. And here to the right, can you see that, or is it a pop-up?
Yes. No, we can see it.
Okay, so you
Yep.
see authority in trust over P and web of trust.
I see.
So you see all the versions, and then we want to have a possibility that as soon as you have no match, that you can simply click on say, well, this one is great. I save this one,
I
and,
see.
and then it creates the logic under the hood of the car to make it to keep it running and not
Yep.
not produce error messages. But that would be something that we would want to do in the first quarter of next year.
Yep.
And then I
That.
know Carly wants to
Right.
do taxonomy.
I don't know if I want to, but ontologies, it just keeps coming up in my work or whatever. And then
Yeah.
so there would be I don't know how these things have a hierarchical or I guess you could build something because as soon as you get into um you're importing it into some other program and
Mhm.
it maps it in a different
Yeah.
language, but it should be importable.
Yeah. I've been reading about taxonomy as a sort of preparation because I can't hold off forever, of course.
We
And
just
now we got the basics working. We got the basics now
Yes.
working. It only has to be, become mature, get all the
but
errors
Yes.
out.
I think it's more ontology than taxonomy because you definitely
All
don't
right, ontology. All
have
right.
like a hierarchical classes all the way
Mhm.
through.
Okay, you
Or
should.
yeah.
Yeah. Then I mix up all the time, but um,
Taxonomy is like I remember it because the taxonomy is like the species.
all
You
right.
have
Yeah. Yeah.
all of
So yeah, you
birds.
got fruit, and then you got apple, pear, and so on. That's
Yeah.
taxonomy. So what is
Yeah.
ontology then?
Ontology is more of a web that they're interlinked as opposed to uh, um, that, so like a dog could be belonging to the class of mammal,
Oh,
but then
yeah,
it can
yeah.
also belong to the class of pet, you know,
Hmm.
or domesticated animal, which could include things that
Right.
aren't mammals, like birds are domesticated animals that aren't mammals and stuff.
Ontologies take all the concept nodes and relate them. So
Hmm.
so you're actually creating relationships.
Hmm.
Um, yeah,
And
And
which
where
is
do we need that um, the most urgent or where is it most important?
I need to learn more about ontologies. I mean, like, I'm always adjacent to them and using them and stuff like that, but not into the guts of building them.
So
So I'll be ready to learn.
is somewhere within Trust Over P under the umbrella, is there a house on fire? I mean, that we can only save or,
No,
put the fire out with
with
ontologies.
with an ontology,
no, I don't think so.
not that I'm aware of. I think that I think at one point the closest thing to that was where human Colossus was going with
Oh yeah.
uh God, it just the word just went out of my head, Carly. What
Mhm.
Overlays
the
capture architecture?
yeah, yeah. Um
OCA or something like that.
With OCA, yeah. But it was just sort of the direction they were headed. I don't think they had any house on fire either.
So we do so in my research space, what we've been doing is adding you have your schema, which we write in OCA, and OCA is organized into overlays. And one of the overlays that we're in the process of adding right now is ontological tagging of your schema. So if your schema has like a drop-down menu and a bunch of animals to select, and one of them is cow, now we can say that's related, that is exactly equal to the concept of cow in this specific ontology. And you do that so that machines can be more aware of the context of your data and machines and people.
Yeah,
And you can, because there's, it could be, you get into interesting things like, um, is it the animal, the pet, the meat product, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course.
yeah.
No, I get visions right away because we got like 700 carry specific definitions that are hardly bearable as a human being. I mean, we we need somebody to put that in a sort of context and relationships that you know exactly
Yeah.
where to start. And now you see glossary and you can read it alphabetically, but you will stop after 100 right away because you're totally lost. And
And
I
it's
wonder
true.
if they could eventually get the AI
yeah,
chat LLMs to be, because I know ontologies were always fitting into the AI, and I don't know if they are so well integrated in the
that's a
newest
good
stuff,
one.
but
So,
that would be great because you could just be like, I'm in this space, here's my ontology, and then you could have better reasoning. Sorry, John,
So
I interrupted.
no, I was going to say some of the call it underpinnings or source material for if a glossary is then going to become part of an ontology or turned into an ontology and get thereby richer and more useful by doing so, some of the relationships are in either the
Uh,
definitions, right? When you have a definition that has a set of linked terms, you're already, starting to create an inherent ontology. But when we have the see alsos, or
more info,
those, yeah.
mind
Uh,
you.
what's that?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, sorry. It was an example of all these words like see also or more info or mind you or
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
we
exactly.
use
They're
them to
all,
expand level three. Yeah, in
and what they
glossary.
are is they are they're instructions for humans to sort of build the ontology in your head. They're
Mm.
not, they would be a starting point to actually, a machine readable ontology. And the farthest I've ever gone, down that rabbit hole. It was like we got to the edge of the rabbit hole, I'll put it that way. And we looked down inside, we
Mhm.
went, whoa, that's a deep rabbit hole. Was the work we were doing in XDI at Oasis. And I just got an appreciation for, whoa, ontologies are really rich and there's a lot to them. And there's some powerful tools for, dealing with those things too.
Yeah,
I just don't have any, especially since I've forgotten a lot of that stuff. I don't really have any expertise in it. I just know it's powerful
and they
stuff.
have to pass logic tests. Like you can't have
Yeah,
circular
right.
reasoning within the ontology. Yeah.
Yeah, but I agree with Carly that the time of AI is now here to handle that for us, and we don't have to uh,
Yeah,
write the
that
code.
might be.
So it might be a an interesting CTWG project in, maybe in Q1 or the latter part of Q1 is once we attended to other things, we could take one of our richer glossaries and play with an AI to see what kind of an ontology it would build from it. I like that idea a lot. And
Yeah.
we'd probably learn a lot about, okay, what do we, is it easy? Is it hard? What's missing? And if there's like, if it's close and it just needs some more information, then that might guide us as to, okay, what else should be as part of our definitions, our glossary structure
Mm.
that could enable these ontologies to be developed. That would be super cool. That would,
Yeah, I guess the
yeah.
ontology, the next product would be like teach your AI all about trust infrastructure and terminology and concepts.
Which
Import
has
our
real,
glossary
which
and
has real value, right? That's
yeah.
Stephen Milstein for a while has promoted the idea that, he's trying to work on this tool, Rosie, that basically can train up on his proposal is basically to create essentially an answer bot for anyone interested in trust over IP that's trained on all of our specs and our wiki and recordings and everything. And so then it's like talking to an AI expert on trust over IP. And you could probably do the same thing, Hank, for Carrie, because such a deep amount of knowledge around that. Just what you need to add to your workload right now is an AI answer bot for Carrie.
Yeah. Oh, we already got one. I've built it in ChatGPT.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, I got it available. I'll drop it in the chat. It's really good because it's getting better and better because I started it 1.5 years ago and I fed it all the documents that you can ever imagine. I had to throw away.
So you're already down that road. Cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, well, this is ChatGPT based, so
Yeah.
it's not a dedicated large language model. So we ride on the back of ChatGPT. Let me
Yeah,
see where I can
exactly.
find it. Chat.
Carrie is a perfect subject for, it fits the term large language model.
See here. What the,
A
oh,
lot of language
I
involved there.
also created a spec up T chat. I will.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, yeah. You can ask any question there. What it is?
Oh, good. I'll definitely want to take
This is the
advantage of that.
ChatGPT of spec up, and the other one is this one here, the Carry Wizard. That's much older, much mature, much more mature. Link. It's hardly ever that I need to put gibberish out, and of course I'm not at all Sam Smith or Phil Fairhell or whatever, so I might still not get all the nuances, but I'm getting better and better at it, and they hardly ever um, have a mishit these chats, so you can ask it, and it's pretty good. The Carry Wizard.
Yep.
I
I'm
want
testing.
to feed, I think I already did feed the governance guide to it too. So you can ask one, how should I write a spec up a T specification from the content? How should I,
So
create a definition? Because I've learned from Reeks 2 years ago that was a very good one, that you first have to fully write out your concept and then you start making definitions, and that's when you put it in the glossary and not the other way around.
Wow.
Other
So
way.
I just want to show Carly this. Um, so I went to the SpecUpT chatbot and just
Yeah.
asked this question: what's the syntax for an XREF?
Yeah.
Look at this documentation.
You know, like you're supposed to be able to read it, but I find when the chat bot is correct, you just learn a lot better from the chat bot because then you can be like, wait, explain to me again. Like you can have this real dialogue and then go into
No,
it.
I know, but I mean,
So
I'm like,
yeah,
Yeah.
and
this
it's
is
nice.
this is
He's,
it's not just, hey, this is
he's
what an
trying to be a
eminent.
proper boomer here.
It is. It's like mansplaining the term to me. Here's one
Yeah.
example. More examples.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Yeah.
but it's really good. I mean, it's like, holy moly,
I
that's
know.
a
No,
lot
no,
faster than me.
Yeah.
that's what I want when I'm
Yeah,
going for something.
exactly. This is the part about AI that is already changing lives.
Yeah.
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 All right. That's very cool. All right.
So so we
I'm gonna
have
need to go ahead.
yeah, quarter one, we would like to work on the ecosystem stuff. Then maybe we could that other one postpone for quarter two and further,
Yeah, yeah. That sounds fine to me.
if it's okay with
Exactly.
Carla to do that.
I
Yeah.
I
We can
go
also
ahead.
set up some time in Ecosystem Foundry Working Group for working on outputs.
That's not a bad idea. So that reminds me of something that I keep saying I want to get to this, and I keep needing serious chunks of time, but also I've been working on getting some funding for the first person cooperative that would help pay for a couple other people to actually have some dedicated time to help us do this. I want to Hank, now that you've got SpecUpT up and you've got these other glossaries, I want to get I literally have about 100. I just keep track of them locally because I've never had time to go in and put in all the PRs. Bring the TrustRP main glossary really, as current as possible, because I know there's, as I've been,
Yeah.
working on docs, it's like, oh, we don't have this term, or we don't say this about that term. And so I want to, and I don't know if I'll, best case, I'd get the funding commitments before the holidays, and those people would be able to maybe put a little bit of time over that typically 2-week break period. But worst case, in January, assuming there's that funding there, would be Martina's one of those people that you've met before, but one or two others that would come in under the first person cooperative umbrella to just help us with that task.
Yeah,
And I want them,
please don't
yeah,
forget Core as well, because I've been paying him for 3
yeah.
years now. It's
I
some sort of
mentioned to you that
priority. Yeah. Yeah,
I'll put it this way.
that's great.
It's a budget line item. Now we have to get the funding to
Yeah.
cover those budget line items, but I have it in there as I promised you I
That's
would. And
fantastic. Yeah.
yeah, so yeah, there's tooling, but then there's also now, call it content. Get
Yeah.
some time
Drummond,
to, yeah. Go ahead.
some of that
Yeah,
writing
exactly.
that you're talking about, we can also put that in ecosystem meeting times.
That's also a good point. I mean, it would be great. Yeah. I mean, let's count on Carly. One thing we could do is, because it's, as you and I discussed, the new introduction trustworthy review is going to be fairly short. I would
Yeah.
love to make it, get it on the agenda for for early January, and
Yep.
get it out to everyone, a draft before that, and just say, hey,
January
let's.
8th, we have it empty on the slot.
Oh, well, that would give us a really good target. Put it on there.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Now,
So January 8th is review of
new trust RP and new introduction to trust RP document. Oh boy. I gotta start adding, I gotta build a new list here.
I just
But
checked
that's good.
whether your work, Drummond, that you planned,
Yep.
that the spec of T-bot gives the right answer to how should you proceed. And the first question, I'll give you the share here in the chat. The first answer was very technical, and the second one was good. It was more a governance answer. I said, how should you do it with Git and GitHub? And it perfectly says that you should, push it to your own user account, and then offer a PR. So that's correct. You
Oh,
have the
yeah.
power. You have the power to push it straight into the main glossary production version, but it's better not to.
No, I
Yeah.
I'm seeing all of what we want to do as, I'm thinking, I mean, if there are literally 100 terms, I'm not sure we want to break it into 100 PRs, but to break
Mhm.
them, to do them through PRs,
Yeah.
and ideally, do it in PRs that are fairly
Yeah.
easy for others to review.
Yeah. We can
Um,
talk about that because Sam has learned me an error-free path because we had some hiccups when he was working on the glossaries and myself too, and so he lost a bit of work, and then he said, "Well, don't you do this? You should do this," and he taught me very well, so I can share that with you. It's about pulling, always pulling just before that are planning to push
right.
to your own glossary on your own user account. You can pull the latest main in and merge it on your own computer before offering it as a PR. Because sometimes, well, that's
Yeah.
the best way. Yeah.
Yep. Classic, GitHub. It's
Yeah.
amazing. So many people are actually using something that is so brilliant at
Yeah.
synchronizing changes.
Yeah. It's incredible.
It's an incredible tool. No wonder, Linus felt he had to
Yeah.
couldn't just write an OS. He had to now write
Exactly. Yeah.
a version control system for other people to work on
Yeah.
his tool together.
Yeah. It
But
was it
it's
was
been,
it was just a side project of his.
I know.
Yeah.
The thing I love about it as a legacy of that is, I think the first person project is working directly with the LF kernel team on replacing the current GPG web of trust with first person credentials because they don't use GitHub, they only use Git. We are able to just work directly with Git, which is it's
Yeah.
pretty
Fantastic. Of
amazing.
course, they don't use GitHub. Yeah.
I know. It's like, well, of course they don't because yeah, they're all the way
It's not
down there.
nerdy
They
enough.
wrote
It's
it.
not nerdy enough.
Exactly. So,
If you need to, I don't know why it's an hour long.
Why?
It's a video about how from the very beginning how you because it was for our researchers who have never worked with GitHub before.
Oh, wow. That's
oh,
great.
But it
But
has nothing, it doesn't, we didn't talk about syncing it to your local system. So, okay,
look at that.
so
Nice pictures and everything.
it describes about branching and merging the concepts of it, goes through the thing about what a commit is, and then pull requests and what pull requests are. And then all together we worked where we did exactly this model. There was a test repository and everybody had to fork it into their version and make edits and then do a PR to go back into the test repo. So that was yeah, how we went through it all in this one
fantastic.
workshop.
Did you this is the link you just posted.
Yeah.
All right,
Yep.
fantastic. I'm going to I'm gonna
So
link over to that right now.
yeah, if anyone you know needs a complete start, and it does not do pushes and pulls because I didn't want to. It gets confusing. It just does merges and PRs. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
clones,
yeah.
merges, and PRs. So it's never
That's
pulling. I don't talk about pulling it local to the desktop and working on it and sending it back up.
you just keep it simple. Yeah, that's really cool. Um, by the way, since we're talking about super cool YouTube videos, the folks or one of the folks working on the Linux kernel, Glenn Gore from Affinity is just a super deep, graph guy. Said, "Oh, this is my favorite video of visualizing graphs." And I'm like, what is he talking about? And it's like 12 minutes long. You
With
don't
the
have to watch the
solution.
whole thing, but it is amazing what that thing actually illustrates.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, it's just a
You have
little
that
Christmas
too?
present for you. What?
Oh, that's
It's in
that last link
Yeah, it's
with
the last one.
the
So the
copy.
first YouTube video is Carly's, and the one I just posted
Yeah,
in is
yeah, yeah,
this
yeah.
one
I'll
again from
save them
Glencore.
locally because
Yeah,
otherwise, if
exactly.
you yeah, we record, but it's a lot more work to find it there. You
Yeah.
see notes.
Anyway, that's just
Yep.
it's not directly to do with any of this. It's just
No,
such
no.
a cool he just shared it this morning. I was like, what is this? Why does he want to talk about visualizing graphs? And I was just like, whoa. Because with decentralized trust graph working group, that's what we're doing is building trust graphs. And it's like, well, this anyway, I'm also realizing I have to leave
Yeah.
for the airport
Yep.
here
Yep. We
a
go.
little bit earlier than
Don't worry.
well, I need to finish a little packing before I need to leave at the top of the hour. So I thank you both. This
Yep.
is
Yeah.
See you next
always one of
time.
my
See you in the
favorite
new
calls.
year.
It will be the new year, and Carly will have, turned into, she'll be on the World Cup circuit by then.
No way. I'm too chicken shit at going fast.
Say hi to Lindsey Vonn when you see her there, on the
Yeah, just
circuit.
like cruising down. Yeah.
I
There you
might
go.
be
Okay.
I might be in Irish pubs playing Irish music.
Wait, what do you play?
Sorry,
What do you play?
I'm a street musician for fun. Yeah.
Okay, I play the fiddle too.
Oh, you play the fiddle. I
Really?
play guitar, sing, I
Okay.
do rhythm. Yeah,
And
with my
mandolin
feet
and
and my
stuff. Okay.
hands. And, yeah.
No, I'm
Okay.
But,
putting,
Yeah,
so I
I'm
might not be
playing.
there. That's what the I might not be there on the first.
should
'Cause
we, wait a minute, our first thing would be, our first Monday would be the 5th of
yeah,
January.
I can't make that. No, fifth
Should
is that a Sunday? No, it's a
No, 5th
Monday.
is a Monday.
Yeah.
If we know that though, one things I've learned is because now we know where to do it, we could push it back a week and just say, well, for that we'll start on the 12th.
Yeah, please leave it there because I'm not sure whether I can't make it. And
On the 5th.
it
Okay.
exactly because if I can make it, I most probably can't make the 12th. For
I see. Okay, there you go.
so,
All right, fine.
yeah,
Since you both are mentioned two instruments, I went with Eric Scouten from Adobe to a concert this weekend in Seattle, a band called the Paper Boys, and
right.
I think you would really enjoy them.
Okay.
It's not an Irish, not just Irish. They do some great Irish songs, some Celtic songs, fantastic fiddler, but they're just really, really a good band, all around band. They're based in British Columbia, but they play a bunch down here in Seattle and Washington, Oregon, but also BC. And anyway, they're just really a fun
Yeah.
band. And I never heard of them until Eric exposed me, and now I'm like, oh, they're really fantastic. So that's my hot tip for the day. And with that,
Yeah.
I'm going to go pack and
Yeah.
wish
I'll
you
put them on
both.
my ears. Yeah.
There you go. Very happy
Wait,
holidays.
Brian, just before you go, I looked on the calendar. We don't have an all members meeting scheduled before the end of the year.
I thought we had moved it. I
I
thought we
thought
had.
we moved it too, but I don't see it on there. And now I'm like, well, we're dealing with this. Okay.
Can you
With that
maybe
note,
just
have fun
can
at
you
the
pop a
airport.
note
I'll
to?
drop. Bye bye.
Okay, okay. Thanks, Hank.
Bye
Can you
Yeah.
bye.
maybe pop a note to? I swear we
I know. I thought we moved it specifically. Okay.
because we were going to move it to. I think the week of the second week of December, right?
I thought so
Or
too. Yeah. Which is next week. Okay.
wait a minute, that is next week. Well, if we haven't, and you're going to you leave after that, right?
Yep. Genau.
Well, we could try. Let me look at the 10th and see why it's not on the calendar for the. Oops, I'm looking at the wrong calendar. All right.
Yeah, no, you need to get going, but I just noticed it now when we were talking, and I was like,
You
oh,
are
I have to
correct.
deal with this sooner
We have
rather
a
than
steering committee meeting on the 17th, which you're gonna miss if we
yeah.
keep that. Which I mean that's okay. But you're right. I swear we had said let's
I
do
know.
all members meeting on, and that's our holiday party on the, I think we said
Yeah,
the 10th. Well, should we go ahead and say, and get it on the calendar for the 10th? What do you think?
yeah, I'd be up for that.
Yeah, and I'm open to, timing wise, we could do the 10 a.m. thing, or we could try and get the APAC folks and do it at 2 p.m. Pacific. I know that's later for you, but that ended up being 5.
Yeah, which is generally okay, except there's some kind of lesson. No, the lesson's been moved. Okay.
Well, anyway, I tell you what, whatever you think,
Yeah,
if you want to ping,
I'll ping Scott.
yeah, that'd be great. And if he's on board with that, let's just get it scheduled and
Okay,
we'll do it.
good.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks so
Off.
much. And we'll talk to you by that point at the latest. That's
Yeah.
right. Do we have an ecosystem call on Thursday?
No, we have one on the 10th.
On the 10th. Okay, that's good. All right.
Yeah,
Thanks
good.
so much. Talk soon.
Bye.
Bye.